We have seen in the string class module that the string class is immutable. Once a string object is created, it cannot be modified. But when we work with strings, most often than not, it needs to be manipulated. String manipulation is better performed using string buffer or string builder classes. In this module, we will take a look at string buffer class in detail. The objective of this module is to learn about the string buffer class, the constructors that are available to create string buffer objects, and the methods in string buffer class. String buffer class is a peer class of string that provides much of the functionality of strings. String represents fixed length immutable character sequence, whereas string buffer represents growable character sequence. String buffer may have characters or substrings inserted in the middle or appended to the end. String buffer will automatically grow to make room for additions and often has more characters pre-allocated than are actually needed to allow room for growth. Let's look at the string buffer constructors. The first one is the default constructor. It reserves room for 16 characters. The second one is a parameterized constructor with param of type int. This constructor explicitly reserves room for the number of characters specified by size. Next is a parameterized constructor with param of type string. This constructor sets the initial contents and reserves room for 16 more characters. The next is a parameterized constructor with param of type char sequence. This constructor creates an object that contains the character sequence contained in chars. By allocating room for a few extra characters, it reduces the number of reallocations that take place. Reallocation is costly process in terms of time. Frequent reallocations can fragment memory. Let's look at the length and capacity methods in string buffer class. To find the number of characters, use the length method. And to find the total allowed capacity, use the capacity method. Here's an example. We create a string buffer object by passing in the string literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to strbuff of type string buffer. So when we invoke the length method on the reference variable, we get a value of 12 because there are 12 characters in this string literal. And when we invoke the capacity method on the reference variable, we get 28. Now how is this 28 calculated? It is the length plus additional room of 16 characters. 12 plus 16 is 28. Now how do we ensure extra room? To ensure extra room is pre-allocated, the below method needs to be used. Ensure capacity with param of type int. So how is the capacity of string buffer object evaluated? Let's look at the steps involved in calculating the capacity of the string buffer object in the next slide. So we have a string buffer object created by passing in the string literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to strbuff of type string buffer. We invoke the ensure capacity on the strbuff reference variable and pass the value of 30, which is the minimum capacity. So let's look at how the capacity is evaluated. So the current capacity is length plus 16, which is 12 characters plus 16, which is 28. And the minimum capacity is 30. So the check is made if the current capacity is less than minimum capacity. In this case, 28 is less than 30. Hence, the new current capacity is calculated using this formula. Current capacity multiplied by 2, which is 28 into 2, 56, and that product is added by 2. So 56 plus 2 is 58. So the current capacity now is 58. Again, we check if the current capacity is really less than minimum capacity. So in this case, 58 is not less than 30. Hence, the current capacity is set to 58. In the next example, the minimum capacity is set to 70. So in this case, since 28 is less than 70, the new current capacity is calculated, which is 58. And it is again checked if it is less than the minimum capacity. In this case, it is less than minimum capacity. Hence, the capacity is set to 70, which is equal to the minimum capacity. Let's look at the set length method. To set the length of the buffer within the string buffer object, we need to use the below method. Set length, which has a param of type int. So the len here specifies the length of the buffer. When len is greater than the current value of the length, then null characters are added to the end of the existing buffer. While when len is less than the current value of the length, then the characters beyond the new length will be lost. Let's look at set length method with an example. So we have a string buffer object created by passing in the string literals how are you question mark, which is assigned to the reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. And we invoke the set length on the reference variable by passing in the length 20. So the length is 12 and the new length is 20. So when we print the length value, it will be 20 because null characters are added after the question mark. In the second example, we have the same string buffer object and the length of it is 12. Now we set the length as 10. So when we print the length value, it will be 10. And when we print the string buffer object value, it will be how are you. The last two characters are lost because we set the length as 10. Let's look at char at and set char at methods. To obtain a single character from a string buffer object, we need to use char at, which takes in index of type int and returns character at that index. And to set the value of a character within a string buffer object, we need to use the below method set char at. We need to pass the index and the character that needs to be set at that index. Let's look at an example. So we have the string buffer object created using the string literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to a reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. We invoke char at method on the reference variable by passing an index value of 8. So here is the representation of how are you question mark with the indices. So the index 8 has the character y, hence the output of char at of 8 will be y. We invoke set char at by passing the same index and the character, which is capital Y in this case. So capital Y will be placed at index 8. So when we print the string buffer object, its value will be how are you question mark, where Y is in capital case. Let's look at the get chars method. To copy a substring of a string buffer into an array, use the below method. Get chars. The source start here specifies the index of the beginning of the substring. Source end specifies an index that is one past the end of the desired substring. This means that the substring contains the characters from source start through source end minus 1. The array that will receive the characters is specified by target. The index within target at which the substring will be copied is passed in target start. Care must be taken to assure that the target array is large enough to hold the number of characters in the specified substring. This works similar to get chars that has been explained in the multi-character extraction slide of the string class module. Let's look at the append method. The append method concatenates the string representation of any other type of data to the end of the invoking string buffer object. It has several overloaded versions. Here are a few of its forms. Append, which takes in str of type string and returns a string buffer object. Next, append, which takes in num of type int and returns a string buffer object. Next, append obj of type object and returns a string buffer object. The string.value of is called for each parameter to obtain its string representation. The result is appended to the current string buffer object. The buffer itself is returned by each version of the append method. Here's an example. We create an empty string buffer object by using the default constructor and then append one followed by a string literal followed by another string literal followed by another string literal. So the output of the string buffer object is one dot how are you question mark. Let's look at the insert method. The insert method inserts one string into another. It is overloaded to accept values of all the simple types, plus strings, objects, and char sequences. Like append, it calls the string.value of to obtain the string representation of the value it is called with. This string is then inserted into the invoking string buffer object. These are a few of its forms. The first one, insert, which has two params, index and str of type int and string, and returns string buffer object. The next one, insert, which has two params, index and ch of type int and char, and returns a string buffer object. The next one, insert, which has two params, index and obj of type int and objects respectively, and returns a string buffer object. Here, index specifies the index at which point the string will be inserted into the invoking string buffer object. Let's look at an example. So we have a string buffer object created with string literal how you question mark, which is assigned to a reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. When we invoke the insert method on this reference variable by passing in the index value of 4, comma the string literal r space, we get the output of the string buffer as how are you. R space is inserted at index 4. Let's look at the reverse method. To reverse the characters within a string buffer object, use the below method. Reverse, it returns the string buffer object. This method returns the reversed object on which it was called. Let's look at an example. We have a string buffer object created by passing in the string literal how are you question mark, and it is assigned to a reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. So when we print the value of strbuff, here's its value, how are you question mark. We invoke the reverse method on this reference variable and then print the value of the string buffer object. In this case, its value is the reversed form of how are you. Let's look at the delete and the delete char at methods. To delete characters within string buffer, use the below methods. Delete, which has two params start index and end index of type int respectively, and returns a string buffer object. It deletes a sequence of characters from the invoking object. Start index is the index of the first character to remove, and end index specifies an index one past the last character to remove. Thus the substring deleted runs from start index to delete index -1. The resulting string buffer object is returned. Delete char at, which has param loc of type int and returns a string buffer object. So it deletes the character at the index specified by loc, and it returns the resulting string buffer object. Let's look at an example. So we have a string buffer object created by passing in the literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to a reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. So when we invoke the delete method on this reference variable and pass the start index and the end index, in this case 3 and 7 respectively. So here is the output of the string buffer object. How you question mark. So this is the representation of how are you with its indices. So the delete 3 comma 7 will delete the substring from index 3 till index 6, that is 7 minus 1. Space and r gets removed. Hence the output is how space you question mark. In the next example, we again have the string buffer object created by passing in the string literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to strbuff reference variable of type string buffer. And when we invoke the delete char at method on this reference variable by passing in the location of the character that needs to be deleted, which in this case is 11. So that means the question mark, so which is at index 11, needs to be deleted. So the output is how are you without the question mark. Let's look at the replace method. To replace one set of characters with another set inside a string buffer object, we need to use the below method. Replace, which has params start index, end index, and str of types int, and string respectively, and it returns a string buffer object. The substring being replaced is specified by the indexes, that is start index and end index. Thus, the substring at start index through end index minus 1 is replaced. The replacement string is passed in str. The resulting string buffer object is returned. Let's look at an example. We have a string buffer object created by passing in the string literal how are you question mark, which is assigned to a reference variable strbuff of type string buffer. So when we invoke the replace method on this reference variable by passing in the start index and end index and the string literal that needs to be replaced with. So the substring starting at index 4 till end index minus 1, which is 6. So ARE is replaced with ARE in all caps. So the output of the string buffer object is how are you question mark, where ARE is all in capital case. Let's look at the substring method. To obtain a portion of a string buffer object, use the below method. Substring, which takes a param start index of type int and returns a string. So this returns the substring that starts at start index and runs to the end of the invoking string buffer object. And its overloaded form, which takes in two params start index and end index of type int and returns a string. So this returns the substring that starts at the start index and runs through end index minus 1. These methods work just like those defined for the string class that were described earlier in the string class module. To summarize, we have learned that string buffer represents growable character sequence. String buffer can have characters and substrings inserted in the middle or appended to the end. With string buffer, there is always an extra room of 16 characters reserved to enable faster addition of data. Ensure capacity method can be used to maintain the required capacity. Length method returns the number of characters present in the string buffer object. Capacity method returns the actual capacity of the string buffer object. Char at method can be used to get a character at a given index, while set char at method can be used to set a character at a given index. Append method can be used to add data to an existing string buffer object. Insert method can be used to insert string representation of the data at the given index. Reverse method can be used to reverse the contents of the string buffer object. Delete method can be used to delete a sequence of characters, while delete char at method can be used to delete a character at the given index. Replace method can be used to replace a sequence of characters in the string buffer object with another sequence of characters. And substring method can be used to extract a portion of the string buffer object.